I think that our constitutional system has proven its mettle over many generations, and part of that is that the courts have an important but limited role. They are to apply the law and Constitution as they're written. They're not allowed to change the law or change the Constitution. They can't legislate from the bench. As we went through this Supreme Court process, I was given 11 names from the Judicial Nominating Commission. I had all 11 candidates be interviewed by a cadre of very sophisticated attorneys, and I was not present for those interviews, but they really put them through the ringer, briefed me on that process, and then I, subsequent to that, personally sat down one-on-one with each of the 11 candidates. And so this was something that I took very seriously. It's something I discussed on the campaign trail, and I thought it was really, really important for Florida that we have good, strong justices to be on the Supreme Court. And I'm happy to report today that we have found one of those individuals to serve. And so today it's going to be my honor and privilege to announce that I'm going to appoint Judge Barbara Lagoa to the Florida Supreme Court. Judge Lagoa's husband, Paul, and their 3 wonderful daughters are also with us here today. Her father and mother, as well as her father-in-law and mother-in-law, are here today. Judge Lagoa's credentials are impeccable. She has served for the last 12 years as an appellate judge on Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeals. She grew up in Miami. She stayed here in Florida to go to college at Florida International University, and we were discussing it, but I believe she will be the first Florida International University graduate to ever be on the Supreme Court in Florida. She went on to Columbia University Law School. She served as an associate editor of the Law Review. She's also done complex civil work, criminal experience, having served as an assistant United States attorney for the Southern District of New York, or Southern District of Florida, in the civil major crimes and appellate section. Of all the nominees, and they were all great nominees on this list, she clearly had the most judicial experience. I think she's had over 11,000 cases and 470 opinions. And in those 12 years and in all those opinions and all those cases, she's earned the respect of the Florida legal community and of her peers. She was elected to become the next chief judge of the 3rd District Court of Appeals. And I think that is a testament to how she has been really the essence of what a judge should be. She also has a great personal story, and I think she's going to speak a little bit about that today, but I thought it was fitting given the fact that her parents came to Florida as Cuban exiles, or just processed through this Freedom Tower that we made this announcement here today. So she understands the rule of law, how important that is to a society. She's fluent in both English and Spanish. She will be the first Hispanic woman ever to be on the Supreme Court of Florida. We also know, and because of her family history, she understands that in Cuba, the rule of law doesn't mean anything. The Cuban people do not know what laws will apply to them or whether they will receive a fair trial after arbitrarily being accused of political crimes. Fathers and mothers go to sleep without knowing whether that will be their last night outside or whether they will be able to hug their children, because it's all at the whim of the state. And so her backdrop, understanding that, I think has really made her appreciate the importance of the rule of law. So, Judge Lagoa, your family's proud of you. I couldn't be more honored to appoint you to be the 87th Justice for the Florida Supreme Court. And before I turn